Hey, why hello there, how's it going? My name is Brian with Maraxotes Reviews and How-Tos, and today I'm coming at you with a very different video than the stuff I usually do. Over this past weekend, my cousin John, his nephew DJ, and I traveled up to Seattle, Washington to attend PAX West. For those of you that don't know what PAX is, it's a video game expo for the fans. Every year there are a lot of different tech events out there, but most of them are just for the media, and you and I, the average Joes of the world, are not permitted really to attend many of those. PAX, on the other hand, is for all us regular folk to attend and get a chance to check out and get hands-on with new video games and hardware and stuff, some of it even prior to its actual release. PAX has a huge number of exhibitors that bring stuff to show off, and we were only there for a single day, so we really only scratched the surface of what there was to see. That being said, I just want to share with you guys some of the coolest stuff I got to see and do while I was at the show, so let's get this thing started. Enjoy. One of the very first things that we saw upon entering the show floor was this LED sign that was at the Logitech booth. And after taking a bit of a closer look, I noticed that it wasn't actually a sign, but a wall covered with RGB keyboards. Now, I'm not like a Logitech fanboy or anything, but that was just really dang cool. Very nice display, Logitech. Now, the show was in Seattle, so of course Microsoft was there, and their biggest attraction was a little game you may have heard of called Battlefield 1. They had something like 24 Xbox One S's set up so we, the fans, could check out the latest installment in the Battlefield franchise. I'd like to say that I was the top player on our team, but the truth of the matter is I suck at these kind of games, and I got pwned over and over again. The game was fun, however, but I do have one complaint, and that is I feel the movement in the game is just too slow. Admittedly, I haven't played a lot of shooters lately. The last one I played a lot of was Titanfall, and since then, other shooters I've played have just felt so slow to me. Now, there was this dude that I guess is fairly popular on YouTube. I guess his name is Linus, and his channel is called Linus Tech Tips or something like that. Anyway, I guess he was there with his team. Linus was in the middle of building a computer at the Intel booth when we saw him, so I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I did get to meet Nick Light that works for him, as well as a guy named Rod. You guys might remember him when he helped Luke win Scrapyard Wars Season 4. I sat and talked with the two of them for, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so, and they were just both really cool, nice guys. I was really glad that I had the opportunity to meet them. I also bumped into another Canadian group of tech tubers, the NCIX Tech Tips / Netlinked Daily crew. I first saw Jack walking around the show floor and stopped him for a second to say hi, and then a little while later I actually ran into the whole rest of their team. I got to meet Julia, Barrett, Keys, and then a member of the team that does more work behind the camera than in front of it. His name is Anthony. They were all super duper nice and fully upheld the stereotype of Canadians being really nice people. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures or video to prove any of this, but that has somewhat to do with the fact that I already kind of felt like a weirdo stopping them and calling them by name, and they have no idea who I am. So, I don't know, I just felt kind of weird, I guess, saying, "Hey, can I get a picture with you guys?" There was this game called Space Wars that was at the show, and I know absolutely nothing about it, or the developer making the game, but they did have a custom-wrapped Bugatti Veyron, which, if you don't know, is a car that costs somewhere, depending on the model you get, between $1.5 to $2.5 million or so. Yeah, it was pretty sick standing next to a car like that. A few other really cool things on the show floor was this giant dinosaur from some game I am completely unfamiliar with called Scorched Earth. You could even climb up onto this thing and get your picture taken riding it. And then across the exhibition hall there was this statue from a game called Warcraft, something like that, made by this company called Blizzard, I think. I don't know. Maybe you guys have heard of them. Those same guys also had this light-up doom hammer that I thought might make a actually really nice addition to my living room. Now for one of the single most weird things I saw was a device called the Nostulus Rift. And it was being demoed with a game called South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Yeah, that's W-H-O-L-E, whole. Anyway, it's a device that people strap onto their face, and as they play the game, the Nostulus will emit a human flatulence type odor at the appropriate in-game moments. I guess this is to provide an unrivaled sense of immersion or something. Personally, I don't quite understand who wants to sit and play a game where you smell fake farts, but I guess to each his own. Now, my personal favorite thing that I got to try was at the Corsair booth. They were partnered up with the developers of Serious Sam VR, and I got to have my very first taste of virtual reality using the HTC Vive. I've seen a lot of coverage on both the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, but I've never had an opportunity to try either one for myself. Now having tried it, I can see exactly why everyone is so excited about it. Putting the headset on is literally like being transported to another world. Your entire field of view is filled by the game, and it's as if you're actually in the game and not just viewing it on a screen. It's very, very cool, and I am really excited to see what kinds of gaming experiences we're going to be able to have with VR in the future. Now, for this last part of the video, I really want to share with you some of the stuff I found to be just incredibly beautiful. And it's also something that I hope to be doing someday on my YouTube channel. As I'm sure you've been able to tell, I'm a bit of a PC nerd. I just love everything about them, you know? I especially love building my own PCs and helping my friends and family members upgrade and build their own computers and everything like that. There was, of course, a very large number of PCs at the show, and amongst those there were, of course, some very, very cool custom water-cooled rigs. Some of my personal favorite ones to drool over. There were two of them in particular, both at the Intel booth, that stuck out the most to me. One from Cyber Power that I thought looked absolutely beautiful in the InWin signature motorized transformer H-Tower. That's a mouthful. And another one from iBuyPower. Now, the iBuyPower rig didn't really have nearly as sweet of a custom water cooling loop going on, but what made it stick out to me was this transparent LCD screen side panel window. I don't know if the video quite does it justice, but I think you guys can all agree that this is just super sick. All in all, PAX West 2016 was a whole lot of fun. I had a great time hanging out with my cousin and his nephew and getting the opportunity to see and experience all the different things that we did there. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Please click that like button before you take off, and if you'd like to chat with me at all about PAX, or you just want to say hi, feel free to throw any of your comments or questions in the comment section. Now before I take off, I want to say thanks for hanging out with me for this little video. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys again in the next video. We'll catch you later.